Now, G7 energy ministers have agreed on a time frame for phasing out coal-fired power plants. This comes as the UN warned that excuses for failing to take bold action on climate change were not acceptable. The Group of Seven meeting in Turin is the first big political session since the world pledged at the UN's COP28 climate summit to transition away from gas, oil and coal. The latest G7 draft commits to phasing out existing unabated coal power generation in energy systems by 2035. Nuclear energy and biofuels are two issues at the top of Italy's agenda for the meeting. The meet wants to see both energy sources in the final communique among options G7 nations can pick to cut their use of fossil fuels in power generation and transport. The talks come as a new report by Global Climate Institute shows that G7, which includes Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK and the United States, is falling far short of its targets. Hundreds of protesters demonstrated in Turin on Sunday, some burning photos of the G7 leaders they accuse of failing future generations. Environmentalists want to know how the energy and environment ministers intend to follow through on the pledges such as the agreement at COP28 in Dubai to double energy efficiency rates and triple renewable capacity by 2030. Rome, which holds the G7 rotating presidency this year, wants Turin to be a strategic link between last year's UN climate talks and COP29. The G7 is expected in its final statement to commit to reducing plastic production in order to tackle the global scourge of pollution. Together, the G7 makes up around 38% of the global economy and is responsible for 21% of total greenhouse gas emissions in 2021. Unfortunately, not one member of the group is on track to meet existing emissions reduction targets for 2030. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.